And I think we all know this from experience, that on a day when we daven properly, when we really daven, the day is different. Why is the day different? I davened at 8 o'clock in the morning, and now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't disappear completely, the davening. It stays with you. The rishimu, the impression in the mind from the davening, allows one to be able to be successful the entire day. That's what gives the mind the strength to be able to overcome the heart. Which this explains why davening is such a yisoid, and I think we spoke about this in the past, why davening is so foundational in service of Hashem, and by the Chassidim especially, is always a big avodah, because the ability to be able to serve Hashem the entire day, where does it come from? It comes from the davening in the morning, the davening with kavanah, the davening with emotion, with feeling, and the impression that leaves upon us. A day with a davening is different than a day without a davening. And I'm not talking about a day when we don't say the words, but a day when we experience davening. Yeah. So there's a Hayom Yom. A Yom Yom is a small book, as you can see, and it was made in 1943 by the Rebbe. The Rebbe at that time, the previous Rebbe was still alive at that time. The previous Rebbe passed away in 1950. So the Rebbe compiled a calendar, which, by the way, I believe it's the first of its type. Since then, today you have all these, a thought a day, or meditation per day, or an idea per day. I believe this is the first of those, of that entire genre of books. And it's for an entire year, and every single day has a Chassidic idea from the teachings of the Frierdiker Rebbe, the previous Rebbe, his father-in-law. So there's one Hayom Yom, which is the Hayom Yom for Chav Gimel Iyar. So that's going to be not that long from now. And this is from a letter that the previous Rebbe wrote. He writes like this: Reishis HaYirida Rachmana Litzlan, the beginning of the descent, the beginning of the downfall. Hu heder ha'avoda b'tefillah, is a lack of effort in davening. And the rest is going to be Yiddish. Es wird alt truken und kalt. When there's a lack of effort in davening, everything becomes dry and cold. Die mitzvahs anashim melumada wird schon euch schwer. Even those mitzvahs that we do by force of habit, it also becomes difficult. Men eilt, we rush. Men wird an de geschmack in Torah, we lose our pleasure in Torah. Va'aver miskashem, the ear around us becomes megushem, I don't know, say corrupt. Umuvan adavar, and it's obvious she'eni shayach klal lifil alazulas, that you lose the ability to impact other people, because when you're in such a spiritual state, how can you positively impact other people? But the first words over here are very powerful. Reishis hayirida. If a person finds themselves in a spiritual spiral, heading in the wrong direction, heading downwards, so the Frierdiker Rebbe says over here, the beginning, the root, the source of it all is a lack of effort in davening. Because when a person davens, and davens properly with kavanah, and begins the day with feelings for Hashem, and a love for Hashem, and a fear for Hashem, then the whole day becomes different. That infuses the whole day with energy in serving Hashem. In fact, the Chazal tell us, the Alter Rebbe speaks about this, that we have 18 brachas in Shemona Esrei, and there are 18 vertebrae in the spine. And the connection, the Gemara says the 18 brachas in Shemona Esrei correspond to the 18 vertebrae in the spine. So we know that there are 248 mitzvahs corresponding to 248 limbs. What holds all the limbs together? What keeps it all going? I understand, I'm saying, but what keeps it all upright is the spine. The spine is the spine. The spine holds it together to the point that we want to talk about the backbone of something, the spine of something, right? So the spine of all the 248 mitzvahs, what's holding it all together, is the 18 brachas of Shemona Esrei. Is the davening that we daven. And that's why we invest so much effort in davening. I mentioned last time that's a big chiddush of Chassidus. It wasn't that way. People used to spend more time in studying Torah. And Dr. Rebbe, elsewhere in Tanya, Dr. Rebbe says that in the earlier generations, they were more spiritually sensitive, they were more spiritually attuned. They didn't need to spend that much time davening like we do today. They were able to daven quickly and focus more on learning Torah and doing other mitzvahs, because they were more natural. They didn't need that amount of effort to awaken their neshama. But today, and when we are such a low generation, the generation right before Mashiach, so the avodah taka is to daven. and daven, especially by Chassidic Chabad, we daven at length. And we know by Chassidim, we do preparation for davening. And you don't just run into shul and start hoidu, but rather davening also requires at least a few moments of setting the atmosphere, of thinking about dalaf nemi ato emet, who you're davening before. And that, again, it's not only about the importance of davening, but the main thing that we understand over here, it's about the impact that the davening has on the entire day.